So what do you think of the idea of coming down here and putting in oats or clover in a little half moon? I think this is one of the spots we could plant something and it wouldn't be bothered most of the summer because it's next to CRP outside the pasture, and we could watch from the hills if we wanted to. So
Plenty of sun, should be decent soil down here.
Yeah, the thing I was thinking about we could do if we didn't know if there was enough sun is take out a couple of these ash trees. But the way it looks now, it's probably okay.
Yeah. That'd be a good idea.
I think we could get by with maybe just keeping it mowed low and drilling into this brome. Won't hurt anything to try. Okay, so the plan here is in this little area behind me. We've got some brome, and it's really just volunteer brome. And typically we burn off the CRP field that's out in front of this little wood plot. But this year there's been such high fire danger, we're not gonna get the opportunity to burn that off, I don't think. It's already the 19th, 20th of April. So it's getting pretty late as far as that's concerned. But this area was mowed off low. Dad mowed it last fall. And so I'm gonna drag the landscape rake through it just in an effort to get some of the trash off the top. And then I'm gonna broadcast a little bit of food plot seed out. It's supposed to be a no-till blend from Big Tine, and I'm gonna see how well that works. What I'm gonna do first is go across all of this with the landscape rake in the right direction. So I gotta flip it around, drag all this stuff off the top of it, and then flip the landscape rake back around, and that'll act like a harrow and hopefully press some of that seed down into the ground. So that's the plan, and if we get any rain, maybe it'll come up. When I drove in back over here, there were 4 or 5 deer that ran out of here, and so that's the point of doing this little food plot. Seems like deer will move down that fence line and then across and along this creek, as well as over by the feeder that we have set up over there. And then also we can watch from the road or from the hay meadow hills up there. So we could sit up there potentially and watch what might be eating down here. And I would like to have this set up so that we don't really touch this area. We have no reason to come down here. It's next to CRP. There's no cattle except for in this pasture across the fence. So unless we're maintaining fence, we really have no reason to come down here and bother anything. So hopefully it'll pull deer into this area. They like to bed up in the cedar trees some too, but give them a chance to hide out down here this summer. So I'm gonna see how this food plot stuff goes. I've never tried to really do a proper food plot. I did drill one in 2 years ago, about a half mile to the west, and the day after I drilled it in, the turkeys got to it. But I'm gonna try this buck brunch from Big Tine and see how it does. I don't know if I'm a fan of spring seeding this stuff, taking a gamble on moisture, and like I said, I'm not tilling this up, so we're gonna see how well this stuff does, pretty much with minimal effort. So I'll set up and get going, I guess. Forgot where I put you. Let's go take a little bit of a look. I don't know what we're doing necessarily, but we're gonna give it a shot. So it exposed some of the ground, which is what I was going for. And I don't actually mind that there's brome down here. It will give some competition, but also it's going to be a good cover. I didn't really want to till this all up and create a big weed problem, so I'd rather try to just interseed in here. So we're basically going to go from that little tree group over there in kind of an L shape back over to about where the tractor is and over. I'm not sure how big of an area that actually is. I've got seed for what, 1/4 of an acre is what that bag says. So I'm going to toss it in the hand spreader, or the push spreader there, and dial it down and just kind of go back and forth, meter it out, and then I'll flip that landscape brake back around so the tines are kind of dragging the other direction, kind of like a spring harrow would, and drag that stuff in. do believe that job is done. We'll see if it takes. Hopefully it rains here in a couple days. We'll be in good shape. I don't know if it'll do any good, but it's worth a shot. Had the seed already bought, so may as well get it in. We came out here looking for turkeys this morning and heard some gobbles, but we didn't really see any. But we saw some deer.
This is our decoy.
Yep, there's our Jake. And then I came over here to this little food plot that we seeded a couple weeks ago. It's just starting to germinate. We've had a little over 2 inches of rain since then. And
my toes are freezing.
Yep. We've just got stuff to start to come up.
Taking my hat off.
Down here.
That's one of them.
Yep. Got just a few little things germinating here.
You guys can.
Some of this annual grass. So it's gonna warm up this week, and then if this brome starts to grow too much, we'll come in and mow this down low and let everything else grow.
Deer.
Okay, let's go get breakfast.
Bye.